We begin at 11 with the very latest and a live pinpoint Doppler 12 severe weather alert. The snow has moved out and the cleanup has begun.
Today's storm dumped more than a foot of snow in some areas. Let's take a live look at Route 95 in the capital city. Things much different than they were just a few hours ago. Let's take a look at what they looked like then. Drivers experienced near whiteout conditions on the roads. Crews are still working to clear many secondary roads, prompting nearly every Rhode Island community and many others in southeastern Mass to cancel school again tomorrow. We have a list of the closings and cancellations at the bottom of your screen.
And we have a team of reporters covering all angles of the snowstorm today and tonight's cleanup from Smithfield to New Bedford. But first, let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca. He's in the live pinpoint Doppler 12 forecast center tracking some new information that just came in a few minutes ago. Tony.
Well, Mike and Shannon, obviously a very impressive 12-hour storm, whiteout conditions, 10 to 14 inches of snow, thunder, lightning, and winds gusting at least near the coastline and just offshore, 50 to almost hurricane force, 70 miles per hour. Doppler radar is certainly much better looking, the back edge of the precipitation, right-hand side of your TV set, and this is actually very light out towards the Cape and the Islands as the storm continues to pull away, actually towards the Canadian Maritimes. Still getting some wind on the back side of it, so it's blowing and drifting some of the snow. And for a time today, blizzard conditions and a blizzard warning. Now, you need to have certain criteria to have blizzard conditions by definition, and that is wind speeds of 35 miles per hour or higher and visibility a quarter mile or less. And you have to meet these two criteria for 3 consecutive hours. And there were many locations, especially near the coastline, that met that criteria, including some of the interstates. Just incredible difficulty on the highways today with the poor visibility and the whiteout conditions. Snowfall most areas statewide, and this includes southeastern Mass as well, coming in between roughly 10 and 14 inches of snow. We're clearing out right now, very cold. Winds are still kind of busy, not as strong as today, but we're still blowing 30, close to 40 miles per hour across the coastline, and it's producing, well, the temperature's at 15, but it is producing wind chills now close to 0. We'll get a closer look at the storm system as it pulls away, what's ahead for the morning commute. And there is more snow in the forecast. We're honing in on Saturday. We'll talk about that in 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Tony. Well, now that the snow has stopped falling, the digging out begins and the plows can really get to work. And
it will likely be a very long night for those cleanup crews. Right now, here's a live look at Route 195 and the Washington Bridge. If you head out overnight, please take it slow. It's still slippery out there. Things, though, much better than they were earlier today. Yeah, today's storm was so intense at one point, it brought the busiest highway on the East Coast to a standstill here in Rhode Island. This is video of cars and trucks stranded on 95 in Hopkinton this afternoon. Eyewitness News reporter Caroline Goggin has been in Breaking News 1 all night long. She joins us now live with the latest. How do the roads look, Caroline?
Well, Mike and Shannon, I want to give you a look at this. If there's any indication of what roads still covered with snow will look like tomorrow morning, this is it. Ice. And that's why we are here at the DOT lot in East Providence. These trucks have been moving in and out throughout the night, trying to make sure these roads are safe to travel for anyone who wants to drive a car or ride a bike. Jeff Williams has an optimistic way of looking at all this snow.
The ride in was great. It was just raining and snowy, but all dry pavement. The ride home was a little interesting.
We actually caught Williams on his ride home from work at the corner of Warren and Pawtucket Avenues. Through the power of social media, we met up with him hours later. How many miles did you bike in the snow today?
Well, just on the way home. It was only 8 miles. That's not a big deal.
Only 8 miles. Did you see the snow on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, most of it was plowed. There wasn't so much that I had to like plow through.
Williams was lucky, while many drivers dealt with low visibility and the heavy snow. Plows have been out on these roads throughout the snowstorm, but once the snow stops, their work still continues. Here on 195 West, headed toward Providence, the plows are out tonight and they're working as the snow continues to coat the ground. And with these temperatures continuing to fall, that could result in some icy conditions. That could mean a messy commute in the morning, but not for Williams. He's biked to work since 1990, and he's ready to weather this weather.
When it gets icy and packed down, the studded tires, there's some carbide, studs on there. I think there's 144 studs on each tire, and they make a great difference. I mean, it keeps me upright, and that way I can, steer and drive where the bike wants to go.
And Williams lived in Michigan for 11 years, so he says he's accustomed to this cold winter weather. He also told us that there's some kind of advantage with riding a bike. You can hear everything around you. You can also stop very easily, help a car out on the side of the road. He did that quite a few times when he was traveling in East Providence earlier today. We're reporting live in East Providence tonight with Breaking News 1. I'm Caroline Goggin, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Caroline. Right now, many people are scrambling to rearrange their travel plans. Several flights in and out of Green Airport were canceled today due to the snowstorm. The story was really the same at Logan Airport in Boston. Flyers are being advised to check their flight status before heading to the airport tomorrow.
And as Tony mentioned, most of Rhode Island saw about a foot of snow today, give or take a few inches.
And northern Rhode Island usually sees a lot of snow during these types of storms, and today was no different. Eyewitness News reporter Madeline Wright has been braving the cold all afternoon and evening long. She joins us now live. What does it look like up there, Madeline?
Well, Mike Shannon, although it stopped snowing, it's still windy and bitterly cold. And parking lots like this one, the Apple Valley Mall in Smithfield parking lot, are covered with snow, as are many roads. Crews will be working throughout the night to clear the snow. Southern New Englanders recovering from the biggest winter storm of the season.
I love the snow, but this is really bad. This is like a blizzard right now.
Heavy snow and ferocious winds Thursday, disrupting life and making travel treacherous, at times near whiteout conditions. Many schools, courthouses, state offices, and businesses closed.
I mean, it's a beautiful lookout from the inside, but when you're outside, it's horrible. So, I mean, I can't feel my face right now.
As conditions worsened, the number of accidents rose. This car got stuck on Park Street in Providence making a right turn, a passerby stopping to help. And this car stopped in the middle of 95 in Providence so the driver could clear his windshield. Rhode Island State Police responded to 194 calls for service during the height of the storm.
Like I said, this is not weather that you really want to be outside with.
Even after the storm ended, roads and sidewalks remained slippery, despite plows making great strides. The snow and bitter cold, a stark contrast to the near 60-degree temps we had on Wednesday.
It's kind of a relief. I feel like it's been too warm, so it feels actually like positive, even though it's only an illusion, but it's, you know, it's yeah.
So this feels like a real winter.
Yeah, it does.
This storm certainly reminds you what season we're in. The storm left thousands of people in the dark. National Grid had almost 200 crews throughout Rhode Island and Massachusetts working to restore power. And the agency encourages you to clear the snow from your chimneys and vents to prevent the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. Live in Smithfield with the Northwest Mobile Newsroom, Madeline Wright, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Madeline. Now, at the height of the storm, there were around over 18,000 people without power. The crews are working hard to restore it. The number has gone down significantly in the past hour. There are now just under 1,200 outages statewide, most of them in Washington County. National Grid tells us they'll be working throughout the night to restore power.
Southeastern Massachusetts also digging out tonight. Schools in New Bedford, Fall River, Taunton, and Attleboro all closed again tomorrow.
And New Bedford was one of a handful of communities to see blizzard conditions today. And that's where we find Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado. She's live from the Southeastern Massachusetts Mobile Newsroom with more on the conditions there.
Well, of course, the blizzard-like wind and snow has ended here, but it's still pretty windy out. Take a look at the roads. They are being cleared. Plows are coming by every so often, but they're still fairly icy because it is bitterly cold outside. Now, Massachusetts State Police tell me that here in Bristol County, they did respond to numerous crashes and spinouts. Fortunately, none with any serious injuries. It's time to clean up. Crews plowing all night after the storm that reached blizzard levels in New Bedford. High winds blowing the snow around.
Sometimes you got to plow like 3 or 4 times the same area because the wind just blew it right back over it.
Plow driver John Abrantes making the rounds throughout the night, going back to the same spots he's already cleared.
Like I didn't even touch it.
Earlier, it was snowing buckets, the winds causing the snow to fall sideways.
It's amazing. That's all I can say. It's amazing.
Many stores and restaurants were closed due to the bad weather. Market Basket stayed open, but eventually closed early. That's where we met Henry McLean, who left work and found a big snowdrift right behind his parking spot.
I'm just going to maneuver until I'm out.
Henry did manage to get out eventually.
This is the worst storm we've had this year. This is the blizzard. This feels like the 78 blizzard right now.
Alfarius feeling those ice cold winds and remembering back 39 winters.
And the winds were like this. It was pretty strong, yeah.
Being in New England, you never know what to expect.
So it's still icy, it's still bitterly cold. Not a good idea to go out tonight. The parking ban here in New Bedford in effect until noon tomorrow. And luckily, a lot of kids will still have the day off on Friday. Reporting live in New Bedford with the Mobile Newsroom, Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Steph. And tonight at work, families cleaning up after today's storm.
And it wasn't the snow, but lightning that's left some damage to their house. You see, a bolt of lightning struck the house, blowing a hole right into it and splitting a tree in half. Eyewitness News reporter Kelly Sullivan spoke to that homeowner tonight. She joins us now live from the weather yard with his story. Kelly?
Well, Mike and Shane, a lot of New Englanders have never witnessed thunder snow until today, and that was the case for one Warwick family, and they also witnessed the damage that it can cause. A fun snow day brought to a whole new level of excitement for the Smith family in Warwick.
I was sitting here working from home, watching the snow come down from here, and all of a sudden it was a bright flash and a huge boom, and saw what looked like toothpicks flying across the yard. Kids came running screaming. And
the bolt splintered this tree. Chunks of wood flew and blew a hole inside. Brad Smith had been renovating the upstairs of what used to be his grandparents' home. The hole smoldered a bit and the electricity upstairs went out, so he called the fire department.
They peeked in the hole and looked at it and touched the wall just like we did and made sure that there was nothing going on inside the wall there, but they said it was all right just to keep it off for a little bit.
Smith, born and raised in Rhode Island, says this is the first time he's witnessed thunder snow. And meteorologist Pete Mangione says it usually happens when we get periods of heavy snow, 3 to 4 inches an hour.
And you need a strong center of low pressure, usually a nor'easter here in southern New England. And as that strengthens, it creates some really strong vertical motion. And often if that motion is strong enough, we get thunder snow.
Thunderstorms are common in the summer because the warm air rises on its own, but in the winter, it's the nor'easter itself that helps create the rare event.
As it strengthens, we need that lift from the actual storm itself to help pull up that air.
It's kind of crazy, yeah.
And fortunately for the Smith family, nobody was hurt in that. They're just a little upset because they say that tree provided some nice shade during the summertime, but tomorrow they're going to have to hire a tree removal service because they're afraid that that tree could come crashing down. Reporting live from the Pinpoint Weather Yard, I'm Kelly Sullivan, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Kelly, and be sure to tune in to Eyewitness News this morning for more information to get your day started. Meteorologist Michelle Muscatello will have the latest on the conditions for you. Traffic reporter Melissa Sardelli will be tracking how it's impacting the roads. It starts tomorrow morning at 4:30.
And the Eyewitness News and Pinpoint Weather apps are great tools to have for any weather situation. You can have news and weather alerts sent right to your mobile device and access the live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast 24/7.